So today's topic is dimensions and role of time and space. So we'll start with first the understanding of the dimension. What that mean? Does that mean? What is a dimension? Dimension means that different planes of existence, different layers of existence parallelly happening at different vibration levels. Their bandwidth are different. We are operating in a certain bandwidth, which is, we call it physical reality. There are many other where the frequency level is different. Like if you know about, say, fiber optic cable or something, the communication thing, parallelly, 100 people can talk in a mobile from one side to another. It can take that voice of everything, only the carrier is different. Whoever studied electronics, telecommunication, they know it. They fix the carrier waves such a way that they are different from one another. So they don't interfere with each other. You modulate your whatever voice into that carrier, and other side you decode it. Similar way it happens in the universe. Simultaneously, there are many planes exist. Only difference is their vibration levels are different. Their bandwidth are different. The lowest and highest vibration of that field is different. If one can enhance their own vibration, then they can reach to that and then they can experience that. So earlier I was giving, suppose there is a lot of FM radio station waves are passing through the air, but we cannot hear them. But it is passing through the space we are living in. So only thing is it need a transmitter and receiver to decode it, and then you will be able to receive it. So same here. Like some of the let me put it in this way. On the 5 senses, whatever we can pick up, there is a limitation. In the sound, there is a bandwidth, 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. There is a electromagnetic wave, the light, only the VIBGEO is a very small part of the whole spectrum. And it can go to the any level higher, any level lower. In fact, infinite in both sides. Only very little we can see the light. And the sound also same thing. So anything we do with our 5 senses, we have a limitation. This gives the understanding that beyond our 5 senses, something can exist. Only it is just a different vibration. That's all. We cannot see it, we cannot feel it, we cannot hear it. Correct. But accept the fact that it is possible something to exist in the other level of vibration, and it does exist. Some animals, they can see something more than human being. And so they can, if some higher dimensional entity come, they move their head like this. Okay, they follow that, but we cannot see that. Some of the animal they can hear, like a dog can hear a very higher frequency sound that we cannot. Their smell is much, much stronger than human being. We cannot detect that, but these animals, they can. That means their sense organ have their wide spectrum. Their frequency range is more. That's all it is. I have already explained you about the without physical body, the entities, the higher body, third and above body, they can appear as an orb. I have shown some photographs also of the orbs, and it can be a digital camera, the photo can be taken. That means they exist. It is there. In the naked eye also, you can see them if you enhance your vibrations, the masters, they can see them in the naked eye. Same like an aura. If you enhance your vibration, you can see people's aura. So these kind of things are simply you're expanding your bandwidth, the range. So these comes with the expanded awareness. So all higher, so-called higher dimensional experiences are those events which are happening in the high vibration zones. And that domain we call higher dimension. So this is the understanding of the dimension. And there is another thing called consciousness. Every living being having their own consciousness. Every animal, every human being, they have their own consciousness. Normal human being consciousness is the third dimensional reality. They are conscious about the physical reality. But it is possible that through these spiritual practices, you can enhance your awareness. You can then aware of the more than one dimensional realities. This is called multidimensional awareness. We practice in the 6th step. Simultaneously, you can be aware. You can be aware of lower physical reality as well as the higher realities. When you are aware of everything, all that is, at your will, it is not necessary that you have to, without your permission it will come. You can select, but you are capable. Then that particularly, it is called superconscious state. Superconscious means you are aware of all the dimensions. At your will, you tune, like earlier there is some transistor radio, they tune different center and you can listen to the music of that station. Like that, you tune where you wanted to focus and you will be able to listen to the song of that. Same here. This superconscious state is that at your will, you can to tune in to any dimension at your will. And superconsciousness is the attribute, characteristic of the source, the one, the universal consciousness that is called, is aware of everything. Now let me put it into this dimensional thing in the what we call third dimension, fourth dimension. So I normally give example of with a geometry, because we understand the geometry. So we start with the geometry, that equivalent of that, the consciousness level is there in this universe. First dimension is, it is just a point. That is called first dimensional reality, like a point. Or if you go strictly as per geometry, actually point has no dimension. So it is a zero. Okay. Zero dimension, a single point, no dimension at all. No length, no width, no breadth, something. Second one is the line. So through the lines, whatever you can draw, like an area, two-dimensional, length and width. Third dimension, length, width and depth. So it becomes a volume. So anything which is three-dimensional means it has got length, width and depth. Now, this is up to that everybody understands 3 dimensions. Yeah, because like somebody who draws some graph, there are 3-dimensional graphs, x, y, z coordinates, x, y, z coordinates. There are 3 coordinates. We can specify in the space where it is. So the volume is also representative of space. Certain volume, certain space is contained within that volume. So space comes under the 3-dimensional understanding of the reality. 4th dimension is time. This same space can be utilized by many if the times are different. Location is same. Suppose that the Eiffel Tower visited by maybe 100 million people. But Eiffel Tower doesn't have a capacity to hold 100 million people. So what makes the difference? Only the time. They visited at the different time. Same space. So here comes same space can be experienced by many if the times are different. Correct? In the world, say world is a stage. I can enter many times and exit many times. So in the different time, different experience will happen. Different scenes I will be experiencing. If I took birth in the medieval age, then my experience will be like that. Then I took birth somewhere in the so early at the time of Jesus Christ. So at the time experience will be like that, 2000 years ago. Then like that, I can take birth in different time in the same place, maybe it's on earth. My experiences will be different. So what distinguishes these 2 births is time. In the same births also, childhood to old age, what it experiences differentiate with time. Maybe we're living in the same house, but we are growing. So times are different, experiences are changing. Space is same. I'm just giving you understanding how it plays. Okay. Now, this is the 4th dimensional reality where time is involved. You can feel the movement, you can see the changes, you can experience same place but different things. It's based on time. Now up to here is very common. Everybody understands that. So human beings are experiencing the 3rd dimensional reality and time. Next dimension, that is called awareness. Awareness of what? Awareness of self, who you are. That's soul consciousness. This awareness you cannot measure. Awareness has access to your past, your present, and your future. It can be aware of this place as simultaneously some other place, simultaneously some other planet, simultaneously some other galaxy. It can be aware. So this awareness is the 5th dimensional reality. Animals, they have that the movement and their experiences and all are there, but they don't have awareness. Somebody was asking, that if you climb Vaishno Devi temple and visit there and you get something, you get spiritually uplifted and things like that. Of course, to some extent true, because that is a high energy spot. The horses or the mules who carry that people up and down, they are visiting Vaishno Devi maybe 5 times in a day. They don't get enlightened. Okay. People who have visited one, they have been uplifted spiritually. They don't. Suppose the Amarnath. If you visit once in a lifetime, that is a very high uplifting. But the animals who are visiting, or the porter who is carrying the load, they don't get that. So where is the difference? Difference in the awareness level. Nothing wrong with them, by the way. They are not come to the level of awareness where the enlightenment is possible. The breakthrough is possible. Even though they have visited the place, even though multiple times, so it has nothing to do with the place. It has nothing to do with the place, which is the third dimensional reality, and time. How many times you visit doesn't matter unless until you have the awareness, which is the fifth dimension. Because of this issue, unless and only human being can get enlightened. It is not possible in any other form. There are exceptions. I'm not talking about that. But in general, you need a human body to get enlightened, to realize the self, higher self. You cannot realize something when you die. What you will realize? There is no experience. You are everywhere. So, for that, you have to take the human body, go through the process, and by your will, you have to choose, enhance your awareness. Then you get enlightened. No need to take the human birth again. The account is closed. That's how it works. So in the fifth dimension, what I'm saying, there is no time and no space. Because this time and space, which is third dimensional and fourth dimensional realities, they have been created to give experience to human beings. This is the background. Time was created so that distinguish between one life to another life. Childhood experience to mid-age and old age experiences. They cannot have all at one go when they are incarnated. So that has been created. Like in a movie hall, you need a projector and you need a screen to play the movie, and also you need a time. 1.5 hour, 2 hour time to play the movie so that you can read the story, enjoy the story. If you don't have a screen and you don't have a time, you cannot enjoy the movie. So you need to have allocated time. The cinema movie shows, no? There is a 6 p.m. show and that 3 p.m. show and things like that. And the hall, exactly the space where you wanted to live, the screen basically. Which screen you wanted to watch? There are many. Now there are multiplexes. So if it's a 1 or 5 or 7 or 11, the screen, you have to go and have a look. That's how we enjoy. Here, our physical reality operates exactly on the same principle. They have created a physical space and the time. And in this reality, time is linear. Like something called past, something called present, and they can happen like that. This has been created so that human being can have experience as per their soul's plan. Soul knows everything in the same instant. It is called eternal now. How it is possible? Everything is known at the same time. Because soul is holding the CD, the DVD of the movie, what you are going to enjoy. So if we understand, the DVD has everything. It has got a starting scene, middle scene, climax, end, everything is there. So at any given moment, whole story is there in the CD. They know everything. That is correct at this moment. But only thing, to experience the movie, one need to play it. And that play need two things, space and time. A movie theater and the show time to play. So this is what the difference between the higher dimensional reality and the lower dimensional reality. Higher dimensional reality, they are aware of everything. They are not experiencing everything, but they are aware. In the lower dimension, they need to experience that. So they need a platform. That's why it was created. To enjoy the movie, because you are the director of your movie. If you consider your life as a movie, you are co-director of the movie. Why co? Because original creator and you jointly, you means your soul, has jointly decided what events will be played into your life, this incarnation. So you are a co-director. Now the thing is, you want to have experience. You have to have a thrill of life. You have to have a gain and loss and everything. But if you know the full story in the beginning, you will not have the experience. If you know the outcome of some event, then the experience will not happen. Let me give an example. Suppose in the football match, if you know at what minute who will put the goal, and after that how the goal will be equal, then somebody else will do, who will win, etc., you will lose the charm of watching the live match. Suppose Euro Cup you are watching. You will lose interest because you know what will be the ultimately who will do what and what time and all this kind of stuff. Okay, for information is okay, but you will lose that thrill of watching the match. That's why people watch them live. Uncertainty makes it interesting. So that they get experience. They get the thrill or something, the tension, and finally joy of winning or sorrow of losing, whatever they choose. So this is how it plays out. So that's why by design, your awareness is cut. You are not aware of what will end of the story or how it will play. Then you will lose that opportunity to experience it 100%. So they created something which is called Maya. I have another session on that earlier a few weeks back. It is written, the Maya, the curtain between unity consciousness and duality consciousness. Now, whoever has been incarnated, they are not aware who they are. They are not aware of their whole plan of their soul, what is going to happen into their life and so on and so forth. So that they can get the experience, just like I have given an example of football match. So they experience through the life, okay. Whatever is planned, those characters are calm and actually something will happen, they will meet, and some situation they want to experience that will happen and things like that. There is some karma involved also, so all karma need to be settled and so on and so forth. Then they have to willingly, because they have a free will also, willingly look for the awareness, self, who am I? What I am doing here? What is the purpose of life? These are the fundamental questions. When they start pursuing them, then they finally landed up in spirituality. And then some guru or guide appears into their life and they guide them further. And so they get enlightened, and then everything is they're aware of. Their past, their future, etc., because they are matured enough to handle that truth. If somebody was told that you will die on so and so date, or you have a cancer and things like that, they will get scared. They cannot handle that information. But post-enlightenment, it doesn't matter. You designed it. You know you have designed it your life that way. So then it plays out that way. Some people ask me that, do you know your date of death? I said, yes, I know how I will die, where I will die, and all this. Who will be there at that time? Even the date, time, that much is awareness. Anyway, the thing is, this information will not be divulged to you if you cannot handle it, if you don't have that maturity. So you need to develop that maturity, then everything is accessible. There is a safeguard there always. You will be scared to death if you know that when it will happen and things like that. Then most of the people, they cannot handle this information. No, but their approach when you see, then doesn't matter in one life. When you see over multiple lifetimes what happened, you died many times. Human being 700 times you already died. Another one, plus one, n plus one. Doesn't matter. It become irrelevant. Your present life become irrelevant. Because you are aware of all the lives. So rich experiences. Another reason why it will happen that post-enlightenment, when you are in a consciously connected to that higher dimension with the universal consciousness or unity consciousness. Unity consciousness is one. There is no duality, no good and bad. Any experience you have, if anything happens in your life, you take it as your experience, not good and bad. Okay, you missed a flight, that is an experience, Then somebody come and give you unexpected help. That is also another experience. There is no good and bad. Somebody can praise you. You are a great person, wonderful man. That's also fine. Somebody is abusing you, you are useless, you are idiot. Both you take it and the same thing. It's fine. Those are experiences. There is no duality. There is no good and bad. There is no judgment. There is no analysis. We take it as it is. That is the higher dimensional approach to looking at life, which is coming from the unity consciousness. Understanding comes, nothing happens in your life without permission of our own soul. So whatever is happening, I am the designer of that. I am the director of that. So this is nobody to blame. Also nobody to give credit for. Whatever you design, that will happen. Only thing you are not aware, that if you are not aware, then you go into that mode of good and bad and why me and why every time I have to suffer. And this is called poor me syndrome. Okay. I'm not saying whatever is happening, those are not correct. I'm saying how you deal with it, that makes the difference. Spiritually aware people deal with it differently. It is not that no bad thing happened to them. In fact, more bad thing happened to them. But you will not even realize that. Because they are it is a state called equanimity. Equanimity means either in sorrow or in the happiness, they are in the same state. Equilibrium state. Neither too much of happy or too much of sorrow. Because they know the truth. Both of these two extremes are illusions. Good and bad, these are all illusions. These are all experiences. Yeah, one type of experience, that's it. So that is coming from the unity consciousness. And when one operates from the lower dimension, third dimensional reality, then for them, it is a duality. They are operating in duality consciousness, good, bad, and all these kind of things. Happy, sorrow, so like, dislike, something like that. When you go beyond that, then there is nothing called liking or disliking. You accept as they are. No judgment. Because you know that you are following your own path, life's path, as per your soul consciousness, and the other person is following their path. There is no contradiction. Okay, so that you mutually, you respect their path and you follow your path. That's it. It is as simple as that. Our mind make them complicated. When the ego enters, they wanted to make drama out of that. Everything became a drama. And ego with intelligence, this become more complicated. So they plan a different type of thing, different kind of event, try different things, how to make it happen. Morning we had a session on how to not to get carried away with somebody else's game. You hold the power. It's okay. Somebody said, I told the story of Gautam Buddha. No? Somebody came and abusing Gautam Buddha 15 minutes. After they left, his disciples were asking, why that fellow came and why you allowed him to abuse you for so long? Okay, you don't want to say any bad words to that guy. You could have said, shut up or get out from my place. It is your monastery. Then, I tell this story every time. Then what he said, suppose instead of the abusing, he brought a gift for me. I didn't receive the gift, then fellow gone back. So who is having the gift now? Who is that person who brought the gift? It's the same here. He came here to abuse me. I didn't receive it. He gave. He wanted to give, but I didn't receive. So that means it belongs to the same person. This is the higher level of understanding. Without your permission, unless until you allow, nobody can control you. So when you operate from that higher dimensional reality, this thing happens. Everything you look at the life as a drama. Okay, watch the drama, enjoy, like we watch the TV or movie or something like that. So you watch that drama, that's all. And you disconnect yourself because you are just came here. We are all are spiritual being having human experience, not the other way around. We are not human being having spiritual experience. You're doing little meditation here and there, you become spiritual. No, you are already spiritual. As I explained earlier, you disconnected that. When you come under Maya, you forget that what power you have. So you are unconsciously, you live your life so far. It's a time to call back your power. That is called awareness. Awareness of self, who you are truly. You are not a physical body with a mind. You are much more than that. And that is the fifth dimensional reality. So from there it takes over. And that in the level of awareness, there is no need of time and space. You can simply be aware of that. That's it. In the deep sleep, every night, we travel to that dimension. All of us. It is not limited to the spiritual and enlightened people only. You have seen given a table, no? A different state of mind, state of body, what will be the soul thing. In the deep sleep state, body is sleeping, the soul leaves the body. It meets with ancestors, maybe some of us, if you wish to, of course. Maybe our forefathers, who were there thousands of years back, we go and meet with them and come back. Okay, and discuss about situations. They ask us, how is our life? You like to have a cup of tea? You need a sugar or don't? He said, okay, 1 teaspoon, please. Okay, so then you sit down and chit chat. And after that chit chatting, you come back. Okay, so you are aware. There is no time and space there. So you can meet anyone. Okay. In that level, the beauty is, because as I said, there is no time and space. Your future, okay, past is understandable. Your future reality is also there. I have spoken to Rajdeep in 2025. Long back, it's 6 years back, 2015. So I meditated, of course, not during sleeping. I meditated and contacted Rajdeep 2025. Okay, after few communications with that Rajdeep, and finally I asked, do you have any guidance for me? Because you lived 10 years already. Okay, but I'm still following the third dimensional reality. Then he gave me only one guidance, one message, final message. He said, no matter what happens, Rajdeep Jr., listen, no matter what happens in your life, don't leave Babaji and Mataji. That's it. That is the only message. You become top of the fame or crust of the things, you lost everything in your life, no matter what situation. Don't leave Babaji and Mataji. I promised him. Okay, when I will grow and come to your age, then I will prove that I didn't leave Babaji and Mataji. So up to 6 years from that, I kept that promise, and another 4 years to go. I will definitely do that. Okay, lot of possibilities. Anyway, this is only possible because there is no time and space, all in a CD. So you just fast forward and play that, you will get that. Or if you want to past, you got reverse and then play that. If you go reverse further, you go to previous life. Then you find it out and talk to that. Communicate with that. It is all in the awareness. It is possible because it doesn't follow the three-dimensional rule. There is no space. So that's why there is no the collision between two entities. We are not using physical space, no? You are using awareness. See how beautiful it is? Okay. So anyway, so we can say that how do I know that it is possible? You have that kind of instrument already with you. Like our thoughts. Thoughts are beyond time and space. You know that? We have our thought. If I wanted to go to a time when the dinosaurs are moving around the earth, there was no human being. Instantly I can go there. My thought can go there. And suppose I wanted to go to further away, go to another galaxy or the nearest star called Sirius. We can go to Sirius instantly. Like a sun, there is another star. Go to any planet instantly. My thought can go. In Japan, if you go, there are that super fast trains, no? They have developed the technology of high-speed trains, railway. They have done a lot of research. So the super fast train they developed, they name some Hikari or something. I forget the actual Japanese terminology. That means the speed of sound. Like the train goes like a speed of sound. Then they do a lot of research and all. They can faster than that train. They give another name in Japanese. That means it is speed of light. The first generation was speed of light, and next one is, first generation speed of sound, and next generation was speed of light. Then over the period of time, they still found out faster than that. So light has already gone. Light is supposed to be the fastest thing known to the human being, speed of light. Then that name, they're very wise when they given, that name has given speed of thought. Fastest one is the speed of thought. Instantly it can travel anywhere. See, this is also so beautiful. So exact terminology I forget. If you Google search, you will find out. But this is what it means. Okay. So that If I say something is beyond time and space, I've already told you, you thought you have. It doesn't need any time to travel. So it is winning the space. It can go to any time forward or 500 years into the future. Just by thought, it can go there instantly. Same is the awareness. It can instantly go anywhere as per our will. That's why it is beyond time and space. So this is the understanding of that. So now I will stop here. If you have any question, please unmute and ask the question.
Guruji, which dimension does our mind belong to? It's not in our mind. It's not in
No, you are
physical dimension.
still at third dimension.
Mind?
Because what happens is at the time of death, the brain dies and mind goes with that. So it needs a host. That's why it is a third dimensional reality. But you have just an instrument. I have given an example. Thought cannot exist independently of without your body. At the soul level, there is no thought. They are aware. No thought. Simply because at the time of death, thoughts also stops. That means they are related to your physical body. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, I had a question.
Yes.
Like sometimes I continuously can hear nightingale sound and like
Yes.
sometimes cricket, and so does it have any significance, and how do I know if it is sound from the higher dimension or there actually is a nightingale?
You keep a tape recorder next to you or mobile recorder. If whatever you are hearing, your mobile also can record it, it is this reality, physical reality. If you can hear, but it is not recorded in your audio recording, then it is your higher dimensional sounds you are getting. Okay. So that is the thing.
How do I know the significance of hearing those sounds?
You ask your guru will tell you, not in the public forum. Okay. Which sound means what? Okay. Each chakra was having its own sound, each dimension having its own characteristics. See, why we don't tell? Because if we tell that this dimensional having these characteristics, then people will start imagining it. Okay, and that will ruin the experience. Mind construct ruins our experience, true experience. That's why I wait till somebody tells me I am hearing this or I am feeling this. What does that mean? Then I respond, this means this. But the reason we don't do it publicly, because if somebody imagining that, that will spoil their experience and the spiritual growth. That's why I wait till you get that.
Thank you, sir.
All right. By the way, the cricket sound everybody hears, so I have no no restriction sharing that in the open forum also. The cricket sound is a sound of your root chakra. Every time you meditate, you hear that sound, shh, this kind of sound. When you go to the forest and all, lot of crickets are in the small insects on the trees, they make that kind of sound. If you have visited some kind of forest or in the where there are a lot of trees, in the evening, you will get this kind of sound. That is called cricket sound. In Bengali, they call it Jijipokhara. Okay. But that sound continuously plays on the background when you meditate. That shh, this kind of sound. And that is the sound of your own root chakra. And the experiment I told you, even if you can hear it, sometimes very loudly, just next to you, you put a recorder, sound recorder, that recorder will not be able to pick up that sound. You can hear that cricket sound, but your tape record cannot do that. Your voice recorder cannot pick up that one. Okay.
What is the meaning of that cricket sound?
It is a sound of a root chakra. There is no meaning.
Okay.
Means, see, like human being talk, let me explain what I mean. Human being talk, the dogs bark, the horse makes certain sound while communicating, elephant makes certain sound. So what that the elephant sound means? It is a sound of elephant, that's it. Okay, there is no other meaning.
Okay, got it.
Okay, it indicates that it is coming from that, that's all. Okay. No, nothing to be sorry about. I'm just explaining. Okay. And here in this case, there is no cricket involved. I'm just giving an analogy. It sounds similar to that. Like if you sit down in a seashore, certain type of sound will come. Why that kind of sound? Why not something else? That doesn't matter, because that is the sound created by the normal sea. Like a storm. Storm created a certain kind of sound. Why it is creating that sound? Why not anything else? There is no answer to that. It is a characteristic of that particular phenomena. And through that, we identify, distinguish between two different things. So that is the characteristic sound of that particular phenomena. That's it. Okay.